The scramble for space, the railway, Kenya Railways, that is pipeline, where commuters are trying to get space to move to the city. Of course, you can see that it is one of the services that is not very popular most of the time, just used by a few, but now today it's become the savior of the situation, just explaining, or rather just indicating that we have a demand for this train service.
Yes.
We just don't make use of it. Is it time?
To make use of this transport?
To get back to that as a serious form of transport?
It is, but I think it shouldn't be that it is something that is done by default because people have been forced. Because clearly it means that we will then have a situation where should we then start enforcing these laws as they were expected in the public transport, then this would not be the case. But I certainly believe that given the manner in which Kenya is making progress and trying to move as many vehicles as possible from the town center, this is a good way. I just do not think that we, as a country, would like to have these knee-jerk reactions where we only are falling back because people don't have a choice.
But if we invested in a light rail system and invested in a proper tram system within the city, we should be able to alleviate a lot of what you're seeing with the public transportation. For example, this one train, how many people is it going to get into the CBD right now? In one swoop, it's going to get so many people into the CBD.
And very cheaply.
Why do we not have several of these running through the day? Because you'll have one very early in the morning, you'll have one around now, then you'll have the ones in the evening. During the day, they are just lying around somewhere. It's time to start rethinking some of these things. Use what we already have, some of the infrastructure, because part of the crisis, remember even in your expose, is that there are people who have also gotten into the industry. There's organized crime that's gotten into the industry, taking advantage of the chaos and the melee, because order abhors a vacuum. You want to have structure, and if there's no structure offered by government, people will have an alternative structure, and that's what we are seeing now with the matatu industry. Somebody somewhere can sit and say, you know what, there are no matatus going out, even if you've complied, there are no matatus going out. And people now are all sitting around, loans have to be paid. Within 2-3 days, the same matatu owners will be crying because they have to service the loans for their vehicles, they have to pay their workers. It's going to be chaos and mayhem, and Matiang'i is getting paid the salary.
No, we really
really
have to get back to the point where we ensure that whatever transportation is offered in this country at any level, and especially in Nairobi, is for the interest of the public.
Exactly.
Because the bottom line here is truly that there are those for whom chaos and confusion works.
It works.
And those are the people that I think, even from the point of view, you raised the question earlier, I believe that as a matter of fact, from the perspective of legislature, both the members of National Assembly and Senate now need to look at exactly what it is that is at stake right now in terms of public transport. And we really need to go back and say what happened when we left, you know, KBS and all the others, what happened, and then follow it up.
Okay, and of course, as you can see from the pictures that were earlier on your screen, is that the train has left the station at Pipeline, headed for the city. I understand Gatete Njoroge has been there. Gatete, good morning, and what have you seen? For me, I've seen images that I've not seen in a long time. Of course, commuters trying to access the train, but it's full. Not all of them can be moved to the city. What have we been able to see that we didn't see?
Hello, hi Gituku, good morning. I'm coming to you live from Pipeline area. We have been here since around 6 a.m. in the morning. And I can tell you that some of the commuters here arrived here as early as 5:30 a.m. in the morning. And actually, we've been able to see a number of matatus coming. But actually, the first issue they are saying they are charging exorbitant fare charges. Actually, they are a place where they used to pay 70 shillings for fare. Actually, they're now being charged 150 shillings. And as you can see, there were hundreds of commuters here. They came here very early in the morning. Still, some of them were not able to capture the train, actually, and some of them are still streaming in. They are going to the stage. But actually, at the moment here at Pipeline Stage, if my cameraman can just zoom, can just pan to the stage, there are a number of commuters here, but there are no matatus. There is no sign of matatus. We can see a private car there that is actually picking some of the passengers, because they have to get alternative means to get to work. But what we have seen here is that is that there has been an alternative, which most of the residents say they actually had to wake up very early in the morning because they knew if actually the train leaves the station without them being able to capture it, they won't be able to make it to work. But we're still here. We have seen a number of commuters walking from Pipeline area. Some of them, they were walking towards Mombasa Road, Cabanas, Imaradaima. We have seen hundreds of commuters stranded at the bus stops. There are very few matatus, and those that are coming, they're actually charging twice or even thrice the normal price. So there's still chaos, but here in Pipeline, actually at the moment, the number has reduced because the train has come and it has been able to leave. We don't know actually if there will be another trip that the train will be making in this area, but we're just waiting to see how the situation will unfold. But we are still going round. We want to go to along Mombasa Road. We want to see the situation. Actually, the other thing I've noticed is that I've seen a few police officers, apart from what the government was saying and the Interior Cabinet Secretary was talking about the crackdown. We've not been able to see heavy police presence, heavy traffic police presence, because actually since morning, the number of people have only been able to see 3 police officers, that is along Mombasa Road. Gituku.